What if the real terror of the Vikings didn't begin on the battlefield, but after the warriors were already dead? History remembers the Vikings as fearless raiders, master sailors, and brutal fighters. But swords and axes were only the beginning. The true message of Viking warfare was delivered to the people left behind, the families who survived the attack. When a Viking raid ended, mercy was not part of the victory. Villages burned, not only to destroy supplies, but to erase identity. Homes were flattened so there would be no place to return to, no sense of continuity. The goal was simple: make sure the memory of resistance became a warning passed down through generations. Families of defeated enemies were often treated as living proof of Viking dominance. Women were taken, not just as captives, but as symbols. A captured woman meant a broken bloodline, a future rewritten by force. Many were enslaved, sold across vast trade networks that reached from Scandinavia to the Middle East. Others were forced into households where their past was erased and their survival depended on obedience. Children were not spared. Young boys were sometimes taken and raised among the Vikings themselves. Their language, gods, and family names were stripped away. Over time, they became something else entirely, proof that even the future of an enemy could be stolen. Girls were absorbed into households, traded or used to strengthen alliances built on fear rather than trust. This was not random cruelty. In Viking society, reputation was everything. Fear was currency. By targeting families, Vikings ensured that stories of their arrival traveled faster than their ships. Entire regions surrendered without battle simply because people knew what would happen if they resisted. Some families faced something even worse than enslavement. Public humiliation was used as a weapon. Survivors were paraded, marked, or forced to witness executions. These acts were designed to break the spirit, not just of individuals, but of entire communities. Shame lingered long after the Vikings sailed away. And then there were the rituals. Certain sources describe symbolic acts meant to sever a family's honor completely. Confiscation of ancestral land, destruction of burial sites, the removal of heirlooms tied to lineage and memory. To the Vikings, this was not cruelty, it was strategy. A family without honor was a family without power. Religion offered no protection. Christian families in particular were targeted during early raids. Monasteries were attacked not only for wealth, but because faith itself represented resistance to Norse gods. Nuns, priests, and their relatives became warnings carved into history, proof that foreign gods could not protect you. But here is the detail history rarely emphasizes. These actions were not the result of chaos. Viking leaders understood that killing warriors ended battles, but breaking families ended wars. When the long ships disappeared beyond the horizon, the survivors were left to rebuild among ashes, haunted by loss and surrounded by silence. Many communities never recovered. Their names vanished from records, their bloodlines dissolved into the societies that conquered them. And that was the final victory. The Vikings didn't just defeat their enemies, they rewrote their futures. Not with swords alone, but by turning families into living reminders of what happens when you stand in their way.